Yeah, on the court, ball dribbling, cashing checks. College hoops, beats, pump, breaking necks. Guns, picks in the air, we ain't playing nice. Best rolling, paper stacking straight ice. Double units fired, man, winners only. Player props hitting, no rolling lonely. Bankroll swole, just stacking that cheddar. Breaking ankles daily, no one do it better. Let's keep dancing, cannon shots fired. Cashing best clips, reloaded, never tired. Have ourselves a day, straight up ballin'. Every show lit, you know we all in. Hit the hardwood, buzzers buzz, call it lit. Numbers crunch, strategy so legit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Doing a little bit of an early show because, by God, we have ourselves an electric 4-day slate ahead of us. It is March, the best holiday in the entire year, where we just have games all over the place from noon to midnight. It is going to be an electric time. What's going on, everybody? If you haven't been here before, or you have, I'm GunzPicks, and this is the Breakin Ankle Show. And if you don't know who I am, the host with the most support on the podcast and self-proclaimed CBB GOAT himself. And if you're watching this video now, later, or whatever, hit the like button right now as you're watching this video, because that is what gets me in the algorithm of all algorithms that YouTube deems fit. So, listen, we came off a 2-in-1 day, and we're going to continue to hammer the damn board because it's March. That's what we do. Chill Will in the building says guns in the building. Of course, Stacks in the building. Loved Stacks, the gun belt, and T-Moss in the building too. Man, you guys must not love watching the 16 seeds. I wanted to get in here early because I wanted to talk to the people a little bit more than I normally do, because I usually go live right around midnight, 11:30 on the East Coast. So I wanted to get in here to make sure that you got the right lines on a lot of these plays, because they're moving so fast. And, of course, Chill Will loves Stacks. Dude, we all love Stacks. Stacks is a great dude. Love talking to him. Miss that dude. Hopefully we can do some more shows here as we get into the tournament with Pub Sports. But let's just cut the BS. Let's get into the plays that pay the bills. And I'm going to start with the first one here, and this is going to be a Thursday play. All these plays are going to be Thursday, by the way. I will come back on Thursday night to give you some Friday plays. Don't you fret. Let's talk about High Point versus Purdue with the first game here at Amica Pavilion in Providence, Rhode Island. This is going to be an early game here. 12:40 is going to be the tip on this game. And when you look at High Point's strength has been their offense all year, right? They're 25th in offensive efficiency, 12th in field goal percentage, 60th in offensive rebounding, and they're 47th in the country in free throw percentage. But on the offensive side, Purdue can match that offense. They are 47th in offensive efficiency, 16th in field goal percentage, 150th in offensive rebounds because they shoot the ball so well. They're 10th in three-point percentage, and they're 146th from the free throw line. The edge here is a Purdue defense. Pure and simple on this cap. 62nd in defensive efficiency, 186th in defensive rebounds, and 27th at defending the three for Purdue. On the High Point side, a little bit different story here because they're 228th in defensive efficiency, 188th in defensive rebounds, 270th in opposing free throw attempts per game. So I expect Purdue to get to the free throw line a lot in this game, and they're 121st in defending the three. Now, when we look at High Point, great numbers on the offensive side, very lopsided for that matter. But look at the schedule that they played. There's only two tournament teams that they played all year, and that's American University and Norfolk State. That's it. When you look at their strength of schedule this season, they're 296 in toughest schedule, and the 328th in non-conference schedule as far as their toughness. On Purdue's side, I gave you their numbers, right? Purdue faced the 9th toughest schedule in the country and the 18th toughest non-conference schedule. So who's the better team here? I think it's going to be the Boilermakers here. And this is the first time this season that High Point has been a dog. They've been a favorite every single game. at least by 1 point, they've been a favorite in this situation. So very unfamiliar territory from a spread perspective. And then you got to look at Purdue. 10-2 ATS is a single-digit favorite this season by more than 3 points. I just think that this is a buy spot here for the Boilermakers. Why? Because they've been slumping going into this tournament. They limped into this tournament, yet you see them in this position that they're in right now against a High Point team that, quite frankly, I think the public and the media and everything else is telling you how great High Point is. But I think from a defensive perspective, it's going to be detrimental to them going against a Purdue team that can keep up with them on the offensive side, but can still play defense. We're not taking the dog here. We're not taking a Cinderella story. This is a Purdue story here. Give me Purdue minus 7.5 as my first bet, baby. All right. Next play that's going to be on the board before I give you my best bet for Thursday. We're going to be taking a total here. And we're going to be looking at SIU Edwardsville versus Houston in Trust Bank Arena. Wichita, Kansas is the spot. 2 p.m. is going to be the tip on this one on Thursday. And when you look at SIUE, their offense is just absolutely bad. They're 255th in offensive efficiency, 272nd in field goal percentage, the 124th in offensive rebounding, and the 317th from the charity stripe. Then you got to look at SIUE. They're ranked 227th in offensive points per game this season. On the other side, we got to look at Houston. Houston has one of the best defenses in the country. They're second in defensive efficiency. They're fourth in opposing field goal percentage, 17th in turnover percentage, 6th in blocks, 28th in steals. So you have an SIUE team that is going to be struggling scoring in this position. And they're also ranked Houston is ranked number 1 in opposing scoring per game to their opponents. They only give up 58.5 points per game, and that's with a tougher schedule. SIUE, to me, is going to struggle to score points in this position. Then you got to look at on the other side here for the Houston offense, top 10 offense. I got to give you credit to them. 10th in offensive efficiency, 89th in field goal percentage, 15th in offensive rebounding, 4th in three-point percentage, and they're 113th from the charity stripe. However, they play a very slow pace, and I'll get to that into a second. They only their offensive points per game is ranked 132nd in the country. So that to me tells me we're looking at a low-scoring affair here, probably more lopsided towards the Houston side. Both these teams, like I said, play low, slow-paced as far as adjusted tempo is concerned. You have SIUE that is ranked 261st in the country in adjusted tempo. You have Houston that's ranked 360th in adjusted tempo. And then you got to look at the situation from a spread standpoint. It screams under. You have SIUE that is ranked, not ranked, is 8-2 to the under as a dog. They're 2-0 to the under as a double-digit dog. Then SIUE is 3-0 to the under on neutral floors this year. On the Houston side, they are 7-3 to the under in their last 10 games and 11-4 to the under when they're favored by 14 points or more. Guess what? They're favored 28.5 in this game. And then you got to look at the spread perspective. 28.5 point favorite is a 20, and the total is set at 26.5 currently, and it keeps dipping down. This is why I wanted people to get on this real early. You can go find a 26.5 out there, and it keeps dipping. I just think it's going to be a low-scoring affair here, but it's going to be very lopsided. So I don't mind people taking the spread on this one, but I think the best bet on this one in this game particularly is going to be on the under in this one. So SIUE Houston under the total here, 126 as my second play, baby. All right. Stacks just dropping plays, says Purdue going to be on my card. Yeah. I mean, it is a public dog. It's just like people get too enamored into these upsets, Cinderellas. They want Cinderellas to happen. They want excitement. But High Point doesn't fit the bill. I'm a little bit worried about the UC San Diego side too with Michigan, because I think it's a bad matchup for them, especially what UC San Diego does on the defensive side of the ball against 2 7-footers that can pass the ball. Like it's a very weird scenario here. If you're looking at the game from just numbers, looking at the videos and stuff like that. get past the turnover percentage element in there, which is a big variance of why a lot of these cappers are taking UC San Diego. It's a very weird spot, and I think Michigan, as you know, just coming off that Big Ten win, that everybody thinks they're going to be gassed in this game. Who knows what's going to happen in that one? But I'm very scared of taking UC San Diego in that spot. I'm just, just giving you some analysis of how I looked at some of these games. But I appreciate everybody that's joined me here. I gave you 2 plays, and I got a third one here. It's going to be my best bet of the night. Before I give that best bet, you need to like and subscribe to the GunzPicks channel. Hit the thumbs up, hit the bell, hit everything. Hit all the buttons to get me in the algorithm of all algorithms that YouTube deems fit. I don't know what the algorithm is. I just know that likes help, comments help, and subscriptions help. And I'm one of the best cappers on the goddamn planet, especially in CBB, CFB, and NFL. Who's better than the GUNZPICKS? Ain't nobody. Shout out Jim Harbaugh for that one. Stacks likes first half and full game. I mean, when you see a lopsided spread like that and a low total, it gives you a high indicator of where the game's going to be going in this one. It's going to be very lopsided. And I've seen Houston absolutely dominate non-conference opponents, especially like mid-majors for that matter, absolutely make them score like 30 points. I can see SIUE have themselves a humbling in the tournament. We'll see what happens in this one. All right, here we go. We're going to give out my best bet for Thursday. Let's go. Yes, sir. And you know what I'm doing. I've been talking about this team a lot. And maybe I'm giving a little bit of transparency without giving the pick to you guys verbally. But you see the hat on my head. And you see how much of the tweets that I've given out, how like all the bets that I've given out on the show, how much I love this VCU team. I adore them. And when I saw them live on Friday in the quarterfinals, all it did was solidify how much I'm going to love them in the tournament. Let's talk about this game, VCU versus BYU, Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. 4:05 East is the tip on this one on Thursday. And yes, they got a bad draw in this game. However, I broke down the numbers and I looked at everything and crammed and crawled to make this play happen. And I still believe that the VCU Rams is the spot in this one. Let's talk about the statistics, first of all. The strength of this BYU team is their offense. It's been their offense all season. They're 11th in offensive efficiency, 7th in field goal percentage, 77th in offensive rebounding. They are 207th in turnover percentage, and they're 241st in the free throw line. There's such a variable of how they shoot on the floor and on the charity stripe for that matter, and the fact that they don't take care of the basketball. On the other side there, the VCU defense is going to give this BYU Cougar team fits. They're 23rd in defensive efficiency, 1st in opponent field goal percentage. They're 31st in turnover percentage. They're 7th in blocks, 31st in steal. Great job that Odom has done with this team. I'm watching them live. Their defense is impeccable. One of the best in the country when you look at them from just a coaching standpoint. Their talent may not be there, but by God, they are suffocating on the defensive end. On the offensive side for VCU, might be what's going to be the key factor in this game. They are 41st in offensive efficiency, 102nd in field goal percentage, and they're 12th in offensive rebounds. They're not very good at making their shots. They do shoot a lot of threes outside because they have heavy guard play. But the inside play that they have, especially with Clark and I can't think of the other center that they have there, they do bang the boards very well. And actually their guards are very crash the board element on the offensive side. The defense, though, for BYU, 68th in defensive efficiency, 165th in defending shots, and they're 243rd in defending the three. I think there's opportunities there for the VCU Rams to shoot threes, and they're not afraid to shoot threes. However, they played in the A10, and a lot of the teams in the A10 are right in your face every time you shoot a three. So I think this might be a strength here for VCU. Then you got to look at both teams coming to this tournament where the line sits. This is a bad spot for BYU. They're 2-5 ATS is a favorite of 3 points or less. I think it's very unfavorable for them to be a favorite. They usually strive as a dog, but I think VCU is going to come out here inspired and contest shots a lot against a BYU team that if you look at some of the teams they face that are like top 10, top 20 defenses, they've really struggled against them. So I think this is a perfect spot to be taking a dog here. And it's not only my dog of Thursday, it is my best bet. And I see the line drop to 2.5. I grabbed it at 3.5 when it opened. You can take them to win the game outright. This is VCU all day long. For this show, though, we're going to be taking it on the points here, plus 2.5. And I would say sprinkle, salt lay that stuff on the money line. VCU all day. Let's go, Rams, to the Sweet 16, baby. Let's go. All right, Chill Will says, I'm already on VCU, plus 2.5. Let's go. Hey, Chill Will. Why don't you take a little bit of a chance? Put that stuff on the money line, too. A little bit of a sprinkle. Because this VCU team is looking good. I hate that they got the BYU draw. I hate the bracket they got in. But it's a 6 versus 11. You know what to do. Chillwell says, looking good on that game, Guns. Hell yeah, man. All right. Those are the plays that pay the bills. To recap for everybody, we're going to be on VCU plus 2.5 for the show. We're going to be on Purdue minus 7.5. And we're going to be on the under here. SIUE. Houston under 126. Those are the 3 plays for Thursday. I will be back tomorrow to give you another 3 plays here for college basketball. If you want all my plays, well, you need to go to my Dub Club. Go to X, go to GunzPicks, and click the link in my bio if you want to join up. I'm always posting and promoting that show. We just came off a 5-1 day to start the tournament. We are looking good. I took Mount St. Mary's. I gave Mount St. Mary's to the people. Not on the show, but I gave it to the VIPs. Guess what? We're up 76-60 right now. Knock on wood, that stays good. I digress. Let's cash some tickets here on a beautiful Thursday. This is the time of the year. This is our Christmas. This is our holiday. We are going to relinquish and bask in the glory of college basketball. Let's have ourselves a damn Thursday and a Friday and a whole damn weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. Let's cash some tickets. Let's dominate double. And as always, yep. Let's keep dancing. Bang!
Daily, no one do it better. Let's keep dancing. Cannon shots fired. Cashing best clips reloaded, never tired. Have ourselves a day, straight up ballin'. Every show lit. You know we all in. Hit the hardwood, buzzers buzz, call it lit. Numbers crunch, strategy so legit. Breaking down plays, knowledge deep. College boss advance, cash in, no